This train is toward Motherwell. The next stop is Whifflet.
You may be forgiven for wondering what I'm doing on a train to Whifflet, given that today's objective is to visit Coatbridge. It's an interesting question, but all will become clear on this week's edition of Forgotten Towns.
Coatbridge, Lanarkshire, population 43,960, ranked number 241.
As you can hear, I got off the train at Whifflet. This looks like Whifflet, it sounds like Whifflet, why, it even smells like Whifflet. But as the memorial plaque here on the Whifflet viaduct attests, the fact that it was erected by Coatbridge Town Council, that doesn't stop all of this actually being Coatbridge. Coatbridge has evolved out of a group of originally separate hamlets, of which Whifflet was one, and so it's not really surprising that it's a bit of a sprawl. I'm here on Main Street. It's a tidy, pedestrianised precinct that's been spruced up, albeit in a slightly generic fashion, but clearly well kempt. The Quadrant Shopping Centre, which is the centrepiece of this development, the grille appears to be pulled down on the entrance, in spite of the fact it being late morning on a Wednesday. Has a whole shopping centre managed to be shut down? I'm not sure. So it's back to the studio for a bit of context, culled lazily from an online encyclopedia. It seems Coatbridge has been settled continuously since the Bronze Age, when the natives carelessly left a load of old pots here, through the Iron Age when they built a crannog, and the Romans, who slightly more usefully contributed a road. That actually worked for a while and was a consistent winner of Lanarkshire's best thoroughfare competition right through until the construction of the M8. Meanwhile, things really hotted up with the invention of the hot blast furnace process in 1828 and the opening of the Monkland Canal. Cue a whole lot of iron production, which kept everyone here so busy that they had to bolster the workforce with immigration from Ireland, particularly County Donegal. However, with ironstone deposits largely exhausted by the first half of the 20th century, there was a role reversal of sorts, as such a large slice of the population chased the remaining work south to Corby in Northamptonshire that it was for a long time known as Little Scotland. And on that bombshell, it's back to me, musing idly to myself somewhere in central Coatbridge. Evidence of corporate endurance here. You see a lovely clock on the wall commemorating 50 years of McAfee's solicitors, 1886 to 1936, so it's getting on for 90 years since even the clock was put up. But we still see in all the windows McAfee's criminal defence solicitors and an up-to-date telephone number, so presumably still doing business 137 years on from their inception. There's clearly always going to be people needing criminal defence lawyers in Coatbridge. Bottom of Main Street, we find a lovely monument cum drinking fountain erected by subscription in honour of Alexander Whitelaw, Esquire, in recognition of the many valuable services rendered by him to this community. Inaugurated 10th August 1875, and whilst it doesn't seem to any longer be distributing water to the population, it is otherwise in very good shape. So as I head off to the station, we have a brief moment to check the show's inbox, finding there a terse message from Mr. Williamson of Manchester, who says, "Thank goodness you gave up on 10-minute-long episodes. The seasonal special was about as digestible as an oversized Christmas pudding." Well, thank you, listener, and if you're happy, I'm happy. Thus, we wave goodbye to Coatbridge, which gave us not only iron and criminal justice, but also never-popular 80s combo Hue and Cry, and Dean Ford, who renamed his band from the Gaylords to the Marmalade, and immediately hit a rich vein of late 60s pop success. So, this is Alexander Rennie saying cheerio, and see you all next time in Airdrie.
I've been to Harlow and
Central Harlow.
I've been to
Milton Keynes.
I've been to
Coatbridge,
but I've never been to
Airdrie, Lanarkshire, population 37.